Jug, GCI, process. Yeah. First half, I guess. And honestly, let's just download the second one too, cause fuck it. Yeah, 3-2. Okay, that makes sense. That thing. They won. They won 2 more rounds, but then they lost 2 rounds as well, ending up in GCI winning 5-3. Slam was at 1.9. Yeah. Sunnish, yeah, he uses around there. He's always on that cracked sense, like, not cracked, sorry, but you know, like scout main. Let me just smoke all my enemies' sensitivity. That 12-inch 5060 around there. But yeah, guys, let's watch this. You did. Oh shit. Oh wait, I did cast this game. I definitely casted this game. Oh wait, no, I didn't cast this game. Never mind. We didn't cast it. That's GCF. That was the Sunshine game. Here you go. 2.0, 800 is power. Yeah, that's what I use. Around there. All right, first half. We gotta start this off strong. We gotta watch the Subhanallah himself. Paul Dog started absolutely obliterating second half. Okay, I was watching Paul Dog's POV in this match. I'm gonna watch him after this. So Sin Karma rolling out left side. He's gonna his sticky snipes are really good, cause his sense is so goddamn fast. He can just like flick barely and just send his stickies flying without charging that much. Look at this shit. He's like sending these stickies flying. He's not even charging that much. Well, damn. But he's using up a lot of ammo. I would have started reloading maybe like a second or two ago. So, you know, hella slow meds. Both these teams starting off a bit slow, but then they send their soldiers in. Paul Dog and Mustard, they got bare damage in. So that was good by the jug dealers. I want to see what they exactly like fucked up and how they lost this half, because it was only 3-1. They started off strong on the mid when they committed Paul Dog and the other guy Hayes. And the Mustard got some really aggressive ground up. So I mean, they honestly should have sacked in while they were down, like while GCI had already lost numbers. This is kind of like a, you know, it's not that bad, but I feel like you have a better like opening to send people in while the enemy team is down numbers. So Gun almost gets destroyed. Paul Duck, however, does die, and I wasn't even spectating him, so I didn't know. Oh, Sin gets murdered, or Sin destroys Phantom with a fucking insane market gardener. God damn it, dude. I need to go back and watch that shit. What the fuck just happened? Everything just fell apart for them in the span of like 2 seconds. They took so long just to like sack all those mans in, and then they weren't like ready for the post sack. You know what I mean? Like, let me see where all these people are positioned. Okay, this is definitely Paul Dog coming in as a late spawner. I feel like Mustard needs to always get trapped. Like when you're down 2 numbers like that, trapping 1 is like whatever, but if you like when you're down 2 people, they're most likely gonna try to send people at you to force your own medic first, rather than like Uber exchanging into you. You know what I mean? They're still definitely gonna peak like this, so that's why I would probably trap upper lobby first and like lower lobby first before 1, unless you know that they have a sniper. If they have a sniper, then I would trap 1 first, because then the sniper could peek through that doorway. But you know, since their entire combo was most likely spotted, then he should have probably trapped this upper here first. They probably would have killed the scout or the soldier. But let me see. Okay, Paul Dog. Okay, that was how Paul Dog died. So I don't know why he decided to land on the utmost lowest point in the map, or almost. Like, he should have, if he was on the point, or like here or here. These guys cannot walk in like that ever. I mean, obviously he was just rolling out. He was literally just walking in through choke. But he should have at least been on the point. That was kind of just bad. That, I don't know why he did that. Or if he's gonna go into 1, jump fast into 1 and get behind and try to threaten back cap. That's all you can do. And then Sin, I'm assuming what he did is, obviously this is what actually a lot of soldiers do. It's really great for breaking out of your process last. Is soldiers will go from upper lobby, like up there, to upper IT, because you just need to do 1 jump in. And when you get into upper lobby, it kind of creates an opening for you, and not only that, but you're kind of peeling as well, which is a term used to like when you're like a roamer or a scout, or even honestly any class can do this, but it's best that the flank classes and the pocket soldier do this. Is that you basically peel away and distract, you create like a new angle of distraction, you know, like you're like, hey guys, look at me. You're kind of peeling the attention away of the enemy team when you get into a position like this, into side flank things, you know what I mean? And let me see what y'all are talking about in this chat here. Oh, you never had problems competing in casual? That's true, but you know, the fun is in where you get to prove yourself against the best of the best, see and climb, you know what I mean? You wouldn't know about it until you've actually tried it. There's only a certain limit to how much competition you can hit in a pub, and there's only so much skill you will gain from playing pubs. But of course it depends on your goals. So obviously Sin goes in, Mark, because he peels from upper, they're like, okay, I bet I can't look at Sin, right? Sin takes that opportunity, boom, blasts the medic with his market gunner, and this turned into a complete disaster for everybody on jug dealers. They that like went from 100 to 0 real quick. Most underrated soldiers in Invite this season, I would say, probably would have to be underrated soldiers. I mean,
oh shit. Go again.
I personally think that Sin has been popping off. Paul Dog has also improved quite a lot himself. I'm glad he fucking started using a crosshair too. That's great. That's very important. That's just a personal take though. And also, I mean, he was kind of sleepy in the first half, but in the second half, what I was watching was utter nuttage. He was literally catching catface over and over again, but a couple of small crucial mistakes costed them the game. So we're gonna get into that. You know what I mean? Hayes is gonna be hiding in sewer here. They didn't really clear out sewer, this team, but it doesn't really matter too much because Hayes is really hurt and he's just kind of just gonna be foraging for health packs, while the enemy team is kind of like, they're like, okay, yo, fuck it, we're just not gonna look at him. But because Cap goes down, this is actually a really good opportunity for Hayes to set up a really good pinch, but it's actually more on the rest of jug dealers to set up the pinch with Hayes. So let's see, Sin Karma jumps in, but he also does this because they can't really pinch and be aggressive. Reason why is because May has 80% Uber advantage and he actually just popped. So you know, they're gonna lose gun here, and actually Hayes is pretty much useless behind. It was actually really good that GCI decided to go forward with the Uber instead, and try to catch and get any picks that they could have on second. But they need to make sure they keep track of Hayes behind. Hayes going for Rakuso. He almost gets the kill. He does get the kill, but he's gonna get traded out. So that was like, the reason why that didn't work out is because obviously, you know, the rest of jug dealers, they feared the positioning that GCI had taken from their Uber. You know, they kind of took you know, all the ground up, and you know, if they wanted to really make something happen there, one of the scouts or somebody needed to be in position to help Hayes upper right and set up a new flank while the rest of the team floods out. But they kind of just let the Hayes flank go out to die, and the reason why that happened is because they had lost gun to the Uber. But let's take a look here. TF2 absolutely doesn't fit comp. It was never, yeah, neither was Melee, my friend. Nintendo literally shut it down, but guess what? We you see, where there is a will, there is a way. People will find a way to play something at the highest level ever. You know what I mean? And you play CS comp only, you're probably gonna have a better chance. Like, I'm not even capping. You're literally gonna have a better chance getting in or getting higher up in the ranks of competitive TF2 than competitive CS. Less players means less of a competitive pool, yes, but if you actually give a fuck, you could probably get really good really quickly. Yeah, just because, and also, yeah, just because you don't play comp doesn't mean it's not for TF2, because we've made, back when there wasn't COVID, there were 2 intercontinental lands a year at the minimum. Obviously, you know, there was a little bit of emotions running high and lack of prefrontal cortex usage in the brain. So we fumbled the bag with 2 North American lands back to back, but that wasn't due to the game's fault. That was just due to cringe people in charge. So Comp TF2 is actually litty. We got, I don't know about you, my friend, but we got some events sponsored by DreamHack. You dig? Suckity. And we until 2019 we also had ESCA as well, but they did drop us because, you know, their Bitcoin money started running out. But we ain't gonna talk about that. And even after ESCA died off, well, it didn't die off. Even after ESCA just stopped being a thing, well, we immediately responded by creating a league that literally has more players and more teams than ESCA had ever seen in its league registrations. So TF2 is actually thriving more than ever, funny enough, competitively, with or without Valve's help. In Australia, there's literally fucking cracked Asian players in competitive TF2. There's cracked Asian players, Australians, Europeans. Bro, some guy was asking me, Habib, I am from Saudi Arabia. How do I play in-house pug, motherfucker, yar? And I'm like, brother, I wish I could help you, but there's no resources out there. So your best bet is to play in Europe. You know what I mean? Deadass, some dude from Saudi Arabia was like, how do I play in-houses? I'm like, fuck, how do I tell you there's nothing there? That's so sad. But yeah, your best bet is to play in Europe or Asia. But the counter leapfrog Uber coming out of jug dealers here wasn't very effective. Why? We're gonna go back and see, but I already know why. So it was a preemptive Uber, right? It's a let me use out. We're gonna use right at the choke. But had they had gotten information, honestly, I'm not gonna rewind. Had they gotten information, they would have known that they did not have to pop. What does that go to now? So they got nothing done with the Uber, and not only that, Muster Overlord jumped too deep with his Uber. They didn't really get much out of that Uber, and what happened was he got caught while Phantom's Uber completely wore off. Literal utter worst case scenario on top of worst case scenario. And so now the counter leapfrog Uber coming out of May, he has literally 100% Uber advantage, and they have a demo man pick. So this is probably gonna be around. Like, this is horrendous for jug dealers. Not only that, neither of the scouts have changed to a quick off class either. Maybe sniper, maybe heavy, a quick sentry gun. Neither of the soldiers are in position to get the sentry gun down either. So a sentry gun at this time could have been really good, but you know, they're not gonna get it. Uber comes out, they're gonna get gun. Gun has died to every Uber as well. That's the trend I'm noticing. Hayes does reply with the cap pick, but he also gets traded off. But Paul Dog trades off, then Rakuso trades off with Phantom. So they actually end up holding. So there was a lot of trades there, but because May survived and Phantom died, jug dealers, they understand that they're not gonna be able to push out of their last. It's gonna be back to square one. In fact, it's gonna be like another massive Uber defense. You know, they have a massive disadvantage, and it's gonna be a super defense. So they have to. This time they're getting the central gun up. Very interesting central gun spot. I would simply just set the gun up right here, get it to level 2 or 3, and then you position it out. It's way more efficient because then you're not like fucking walking for like 400 like yards or some shit. And this gun position is also a little bit interesting. Could get spammed down from 1 or rollout without getting shot down or without getting damaged. But either way, it doesn't matter though, because GCI are not going to get information, and Catface wasn't spy. He gets a pick, and actually that's unironically, Catface getting the scout pick is more impactful than him getting the medic pick in this exact situation. Why? Because the medic is not going to fucking pull out an AK-47 and defend last. The combat classes are going to do the damage. So if you take out the damage classes first, it's going to be so much harder to defend your last. You know what I mean? So now Cafe's not that he survives, and they're just giving up all point presence, and yeah, Sin Karma trapping off the point as he should be. You know, that was just that was just crazy. Well, not really crazy actually. That was actually not crazy at all. That was a very solidified concrete mid. That was like that was like the last to win. You know, you have like a demo pick at 100 Uber% advantage you know, even though they fucked that up, they still pushed back in with their about 60% ad because the soldier got the last minute kill onto Phantom. So really, another thing that was actually happening that like jug dealers, it was just costing jug dealers, is that Phantom could actually not live forever, like ever. Like Phantom was getting picked left and right. Phantom and Gun were getting picked off a shit ton. Should you have 8 stickies on point when defending this last with full disad? You don't need to have so as the demo man, when you're holding your own last with a massive disadvantage that you're playing against, you don't need to put all 5 sticky or all 8 stickies down. You don't need to put all 8 stickies down necessarily on the point, because 5 stickies and 8 stickies, there's like no difference. It'll kill the person no matter who it is, unless it's like a heavy. But I think keep in mind that when you put down a sticky, it takes 5 seconds for the sticky trap to prime up. You know what I mean? And so after 5 seconds, that sticky trap will do the most amount of damage it could possibly do. So what I like to do is I like to put 4 and 4. I'll put 4 on the point for sure. You definitely have to have some stickies on the point, like 4 minimum. You know what I mean? But I don't think you have to put down 8. You could put the other 4 or 5, or you could do a 4 to 4 split, or you could do a 5 to 3 split. That's pretty good.
Oh shit.
Because you could put the other 3 stickies or 4 stickies somewhere else. Somebody will land on you. You can then right click, detonate on them, and then immediately retrap off the point. That's the key. The reason why you have stickies on the point is because there's 2 things. They have full advantage, but because they're Ubered and they have full advantage, you cannot cap the point when you're Ubered, right? So even if they were to take off the Uber, your stickies on point is blocking the scout from getting the cap time, and therefore you are buying your team time by having stickies on the point, and you're wasting their Uber if they choose to go for the point. You will never get us comp junkies. It's okay if you're not a competitive person, but just understand that if you've got a job, even then, you know, like if you have a job and you're competing out in the real world, I don't see how that's any different from competing in TF2. Like that's literally life in the Western world. Our capitalism is competition. We are fighting and competing for resources. So I don't know how you don't understand competition. You know what I mean? Life is literally a battle for fucking resources. Every billionaire fucking owns us. You dig? This is competition. Life is competition. I don't know what you're I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. Rakuso going for a semi-fast. I don't know why he's gonna do that. Like, I feel like it's a waste of a buff to just land there, but you know, I don't main roamer, so there could be something in his arsenal that I don't know of. So I'm gonna watch this bird's eye perspective, you know, XTV. So once again, the reason why jug dealers are losing this mid, look at the positioning. Look at where that guy died compared to where all these players are. That's one way to look at why you're losing the mid. You know, bird's eye perspective is just incredible for even just watching your own demo and your own team's gameplay sometimes. So first of all, they need to make a decision, this team. What side are we going on mid? What type of style of mid are we playing? It seems like they want to play a passive style of mid, but at the same time they're kind of just sitting back and not getting any ground. Even if you don't want to play passive, you still need to acquire ground and height. You can play passive on height, or you can play aggressive on height, but you need height. That's what this map is about, really. But they don't have any height. Look at the positioning. Even the medic. What the fuck, May? What are you smoking? Oh my god. So this team, how did May get up? Ew, that was disgusting. The inside of that fucking scout's mouth. That was nasty. What the fuck was that? Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch this mid. I want to see what May does to to climb that. How is May up there? He's probably using a scout. If I'm right, he should just simply be walking over to the right side. I just didn't think GCI would be doing these type of mids. So, let me see. Rakuso aggressive on the point. Hold on. There we go. So, it looks like, so you see, the reason why GCI are winning this mid is because, you know, they know what side of, and they know what type of mid that they want to do. You know what I mean? Look at the positioning. They're not splitting up too much, even though this guy is by himself, but he is the roamer. I've seen that happen plenty of times. Even Tyler used to do that, but sometimes he would die. Majority of these guys are playing left side, and then they're most likely gonna shift to the right later on in the fight. So that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is why Hayes dies. He's a little bit too isolated off, and he doesn't have much. He only has 130 HP. Playing on the floor here when Syncrom is here, you're gonna catch a sticky and a rocket from the dude above you. So that's just completely. Oh damn, Skis beat me to it. That's funny. But yeah, he got too aggressive. Sin must have definitely landed a rocket on him. Yep, boom. And Sin Karma had too great of a positioning. Yeah, wait, what? How the fuck did May climb that? I thought he climbed from here to here. Don't tell me this motherfucker climbed up this rock and jumped to what? Wait, what? What is May smoking? Hold on. I wasn't paying attention to that because I wanted to see how Hayes died. Hold on, one more time. Baby, run it back. Yeah, Sin Karma. Oh yeah, I need to specify between those two. That's actually a little bit annoying. That's a little bit annoying having to call one Sin and the other one Sin Karma because they're both Sin. So yeah, once again, Roku's so aggressive on point. What? Okay, but he drops down. Okay, what? Well, I didn't even know he could do that. What? Okay, but like, the thing is, you see, there's two things that needs to happen for that to work. The first thing, Rakuso actually did it. Rakuso needs to be pressuring the far. I guess if you're Mustard Overlord, Rakuso needs to be pressuring the crate from the pack from the crate side. Reason why? If I'm on the pack and I see a medic on the crate, you are catching all the stickies and all the pipes in the world. That is really risky to do that, but the timing that he did that was good because Mustard Overlord was being pressured out. That's the only reason why that worked. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is risky to do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna cap. So Hayes going down, GCI understands that, okay, listen, we just won the mid because we got a super early medic pick or a soldier pick. That actually completely fucked up their momentum, by the way. The jug dealers, like, losing the soldier that quickly, it's like, oh shit, okay, now we just kind of, like, when you lose it, so there's two, always remember this, there's always two halves of a mid. There's like the setup phase of the mid where everybody's getting into positioning, everyone's getting buffed up again. Then we're gonna be like, okay, yo, I'm bombing in 2 seconds. Or some man's just go like 3, 2, 1, I'm in. That part of the mid, that's the second part. That's the execution phase. That's the one where both the soldiers jump in. Scout holds W across the point. Demo holds W. Medic holds W as well. Or they sit back. Okay, bet. They're jumping in us. Okay, guys, hold the ground, hold the positioning. I'm gonna chop off point. Deal with the soldiers. Okay, that type of shit. There's the setup phase of the mid, and there's the execution phase of the mid. That's why you don't want to actually go below 2 to 3 stickies in your clip, because you want to save your stickies for the execution phase in the mid. Because let's say you're holding W, you run out of ammo, you're fucked. You know what I mean? That's why I like to like hold some of my ammo in my clip and reload. For when my guys are in and they're distracting everybody, I get the easiest 3K because nobody's looking at me. If your youngest son was born the day Yoms passed away, yeah, my cat was also born exactly on this day. Kind of crazy. What if he reincarnated into my cat? Who the fuck knows? That cat better fucking deserve. The cat better not act up. But yeah, guys, so when you get an early pick, do you start playing numbers or do you commit through? It depends on the ground. It depends on if it's trapped off. Any off classes, like for example, if we have a pick and they have a sniper and engineer, okay, maybe we can walk it in, get that gun down. You know, don't be careful of the sniper. It really depends. You need to, information and communication saves relation. No kizzy. The reason why a lot of teams struggle is because they're simply just not fucking speaking. You know what I mean? But, you know, Rakuso going in for the sack because, you know, they understand that, okay, we got the early Hayes pick. You're talking about a mid. Wait. Oh, like a mid fight? Like if you get an early pick like that? If you're the demo man, I would wait till my soldiers get aggressive. If you get an early pick, I wouldn't lead like the first one through. Remember, you don't want to be the tip, you want to be the shaft. Let's see. Cause here's another thing. You could get that early pick, get too aggressive, or you're a soldier main. Right. You are a soldier main. You're like main or advanced or some shit. Yeah, I mean, as a soldier, like as long as you're communicating, like if you got a super early pick like that and you communicate, like, okay, yo guys, we just got an early pick, let's double bomb, you know? As long as you're not like immediately feeding and trading off, that's good. Don't just immediately feed and trade off. If you get an early pick, use that pick to get even more picks, but don't just jump into 4 scouts and get blasted. You know what I mean? As if you're a soldier, like communicate aggression. So so you see how these guys communicated and coordinated their aggression? It's like the same thing. Even for mid fight going into second, it's the same thing, except in this situation you just have Uber, and then on a mid fight you might necessarily not have Uber. So what they did was they got that early haze pick. They're like, okay, bet, let's all peek together, peek ours and spam together, and send Rokuso in for a sack. That's good, but the reason why they did that and not committed through all of them is because it's even Ubers. If they had committed through and walked at them, it would have turned into an even Uber exchange, European style. But the initiator will always lose that fight because they will most likely always pop Uber first. And so the second popping team, the team that's holding their side, will they will pop afterwards and have a better Uber as a result of that. An Uber that will last longer and after the first team's Uber wears off. Yeah, we're gonna watch it. Any spicy match, any close match is great. I think they sent Cinnamon, the roamer. So I'm expecting a Paul Dog counter sack. Oh, hit it. Nope. Haze, are you gonna counter sack? Looks like it. Nope, he's not gonna counter sack. Yeah, the moment, yeah, that you either commit there immediately or you just spam and you back up. Yep. So it'll turn into another stalemate situation here. And honestly, I probably should have been like resuming or like continuing to watch this the entire time while talking, because stalemates are very, very boring. Okay, so even Uber's here, and they're trying to get some ground. Nice harassment technique from Rokuso and Sin. Now they rotated their heels IT. They should have expected that. See, that's one of 3 plays that teams like to do. You know, teams will run out the sewer sniper. They'll either do a sack or a counter sack, like maybe even a fake high bomb into a high bomb sack, or strat number 3, flood the shit out of IT. And I don't think Hayes was ready for that. Hayes gonna get picked off here. But interestingly enough, GCI get the Hayes pick in the IT flank, and they're not gonna continue to keep on working IT. Instead, they're gonna get that pick and they're gonna work sewer and choke instead. This is 7 style. 7 used to do this. They used to get a pick and rotate off to the complete other side. Why? Because it's like, okay, Cadis would actually call this forehead technique, to be honest, but it had its backdrops. Reason why is because of telegraphing and information communication that could lead to the backfiring of this strategy. What they would do is, the theory behind this strat is get a pick in the flank and rotate towards the other way, because the theory is that, okay, if I'm the demo, I'm going to be also trapping off this side. Like you will get a pick in IT, and you know that they're going to send reinforcements just to at least watch that doorway. So if you rotate to the other side, you might be able to actually just walk in through for free completely. And that's the theory, is to take the ground, rotate to the other side, and walk in through for free. But the drawback is that if you get spotted and it's telegraphed, then the enemy team can compensate and put pressure where it's needed. So let's see if jug dealers recognize that, okay, they're rotating sewer now. It doesn't seem so. So now they're walking in for free. This is the strategy. Wow, and now Sin, great positioning by him, does drop off, but it doesn't matter because he's gonna simply distract for Rakuso, who will high bomb in and catch Mustard. This is what also another thing kept on happening on their second for jug dealers. Mustard kept dying on the point because he was simply the most aggressive. However, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think his positioning is fine because my team plays like this too. Even if we just lose one guy, I don't give a fuck. I don't fear, because theoretically speaking, I should be able to get a trap kill and immediately negate that one roamer pick that we just lost. You should be able to, and even then, you can still hold your ground, get the exchange out, worst case scenario, and even just like like if you're taking the Uber into them when you're down a number like that, you end up getting the force off. But then more times I've noticed that if that happens, you can get a multi-flash out of the initiator's team. But it's all about reading it and according, like, you know, having these are like very hard things to do sometimes, because it's like in the moment, you know what I mean? Like, but me, I've played this game for so long. Banny and I, we're such like this actually, we have such horrible egos. We will try to hold shit 3v5 or 3v6. We gotta stop doing that shit. But it just goes to show that sometimes it's okay to hold your ground. But Mustard had the right idea, but the rest of his team kind of feared, in my honest opinion. So now it's gonna happen anyways. It happens anyways. This is what I was talking about, but they should have saved Mustard. You take the Uber into them, you get that one pick, and you're gonna get the force off too. So technically, the Uber could be better. But if they had saved Mustard initially and then taken the Uber off, Mustard's damage would have definitely forced May off earlier. And this is honestly a scuffed Uber. If I was May, I'd honestly just drop everybody. Like, there's honestly no reason to pop here. Yep, May is smart. Okay, now he's gonna pop anyways though. Reason why is because he doesn't want to risk dropping people after the fact, because he saw the soldier bombing. If the soldier wasn't bombing, he holds Uber there 100%. But in that case scenario, this is good to pop here, because he's gonna get the medic pick. That was really good milking by May. And now they simply just have to play the post Uber properly, play the beam, protect the medic. They know that, okay, what's the first macro? This is how you build game sense. Some guy asked me earlier, Habib, how do I play like a one-man army? And remember, you obviously can't play as a one-man army. The game is literally called Team Fortress 2. But by being able to read situations and understanding how to main call and how to read, you know, these play-by-plays and these little macro plays, this is like the constant, the universal constant of TF2. Oh, enemy, we just killed their medic. What is the enemy gonna try to do? What is the only thing that they can do that will redeem them in this certain situation? What is the only possible thing that they could do right after we killed their medic? What could they do to help their situation? What is the only thing they can do? It's kill your medic. So it's all that's an example of reading and a macro play, game sense. This just comes to you after experience, you know. That's why I actually do these demo reviews as well. Somebody was asking me, you know, you just got, I'm trying to teach mans how to read situations by doing these casts. Also, fucking god, okay, is this thing charged yet? Guys, please let me know if my mic dies. You guys normally do that, but I'm sick and tired of this fucking wire. I'm gonna unplug that bitch. Yeah, my bad. I know that kind of blew up. Yo, man, yo, thank you, Zilly. So, you know, just reading these plays, eventually as you gain more experience, you learn how to play the game more. So Cap does go down. They lose both scouts. May does survive, however. I remember this. May popped off. That was nasty. Excellent self-defense. Great taekwondo from May. That eastern coast fucking arrows, you know, that 30 ping, Floridian Tennessee arrows, hail belly. So he knows that, you know, okay, my scouts are most likely gonna die. We got the medic pick, so I'm just gonna hightail it out of there, right? But May is at such a high level now. He probably also understands, like, yo, we weren't healing for a bit as well. We're only gonna have like a 30. Yeah, that's like even next level game sense. Understanding on medic when you're like healing it compared to the enemy medic, that's like some next level game sense. That's like keeping track of Ubers without the solemn bow to like the power and infinity. That's like game sense to the absolute peak. You know what I mean? May is disgusting at medic. So now Rakuso and Sin Karma, they understand, like, okay, yo, we just lost our scouts, let's play as a unit, play called focus targets. That's another thing. Communication is great. There's so many aspects of it as well. There's so many different aspects of it. Like, yo, okay, communication, that's important. Focus targets, but the focus target is like the game sense part, and the DM and, like, you know, just hitting your shots, that's like the physical part. You know what I mean? Obviously DM is mental and physical. Like, you need to be fucking thinking about how you're gonna shoot and shit, but eventually over time it becomes like natural, like aiming, literally. Yo, Glah with the prime, 6 months, second trimester. Respects, brother. Welcome back to the desert. We're back, and we're litty. We're back in the desert, searching for the oasis of power and truth. Back in the desert, sipping that cacti by Travis Scott. You dig? Anyways, Rakuso gonna be playing the proper roamer position. This is all roamer's about, just setting up and getting in the off angle. Because why? Your team's gonna be pushing from one side, you're gonna be pushing from the other side. It's like a fucking crab claw. That pinch, you dig. And watch what's gonna happen. Big nuke, big power, easy 2 rockets, and he's gonna hold his high ground positioning while GCI get a solid push in. But I want to take a look here at Jug Dealer's defense, because they've been struggling on their defenses. So let's run it back real quick. I want to take a look here at what they could have done better. And honestly, I think the reason why their defense was so bad, yep, I knew it. Losing 2 soldiers way too quickly. Sometimes as a team, you kind of just need to like cut your losses and just back up before you lose even more and more and more. That's why, depending on the situation, let's say they kill our medic, we will either, in most situations, like about 60 to 65% of situations, the play is to set up a collapse onto the enemy team's medic to negate that uber percent advantage that the enemy team's medic will get. But there are times when you're like, okay, no, fuck it, survive, live, because the respawn timers will screw you, and the chances and probability, this is all in your ability to anticipate and analyze, okay, what are our chances of even getting that medic pick anyways right now? It's probably just better to survive. But Hayes being down for a while, that kind of explains. And not only that, okay, honestly, I can see now why Skis tells me to run Katana. Honestly speaking, when your team does not have, when your team has a massive disadvantage on your last, having a scout is next to useless, because like you can't do anything as a scout against 100% Uberad. So it's better to run off classes to either make them pop as early as possible, or to waste the enemy team's massive Uberad as much as possible. This comes into the form of a sentry gun, which will take at least 30% off of that massive Uberad. Like shooting at a sentry gun takes about 30% off for free. You lose a third to a quarter of the Uber just killing a sentry gun. If the enemy team has a sniper, you are popping right in the doorway. So unlike right now, this is why their Uber was so good. May hasn't popped. May doesn't have Uber yet. That's the funny thing. May doesn't even have Uber yet. GCR are playing this long dick style. They understand that they can just take space for free, you know, and then they're gonna pop. They're gonna pop right in their face. Holy, what a great Uber from GCI. That's how you take an Uber, honestly. This team is really good at process, so I'm honestly gonna give some credit to Jug Dealers for taking out 3 rounds on this team. I'm gonna be honest with you. Cap and Catface are playing well, but they do start slowing down a bit in the second half. Only to bring it back though. So I'm gonna take a look at Tall Dog here. I want to see if they can fix their mids up, because they have been losing somebody. They have been losing somebody early, pretty much every mid. So this seems like a better setup. Tall Dog drops off of his height. Oh, gonna catch a fat rocket. Get arrowed. Commit. I wouldn't even go for that rocket, but honestly, he got the pick, so that's fine. If he had, let's say, okay, this is just honestly, I don't blame Tall Dog for going for these rockets, but realistically speaking, like I'm not gonna, I've played with some of the greatest, and I've played against some of the greatest. Like I've played against and with Yomps. I've played against Marmalou. I've played against Laz. Like all these amazing soldiers. What I would have done here in this situation, literally bomb right up there. You bomb up there, you're distracting like 2-3 players, which is going to be amazing for anybody else that's coming to help you fight these people. And you have high ground, like rather than this is not really that good position, because he's about to drop it to the floor. So he's going to lose his HP, and he's going to like have the easiest rockets hitting all of these people on the side. Not only that, but because he's also on height and that scout is also damaged, if he chooses, he can reload a rocket and jump away back into the choke. They will wipe though. They will wipe, because it doesn't matter here. This is all about optimizing your play. It doesn't matter because the enemy HP is way too low. But I'm just saying this is what I would have done, and I feel like that would have been the better play, just because like you would have probably just gotten that, you know, like gotten away with that with way more HP and way more frags, way more damage. But it's still good what he did. That damage, that kill onto the left side, he still recognized that was good, but the positioning could have been better, is all I'm saying. Tall Dog is improving though. He's improved massively, because I know Marmalu's been reviewing his demos too, and he's gained chakra. His chakra is improving, you know what I mean? It's getting more potent. So Jug Dealers going in for this Uber. This is a great Uber. They did the exact same thing that GCI did to them right before. Walked it in through one, took in as much ground as possible, Ubering right when they get in their face. Why? Because GCI had gotten rolled so quickly that like that was like a mid to last. That was literally just a mid to last. So let's see what they do on the next mid. I'm gonna watch the soldiers again on Jug Dealers, because honestly that's like the key. Like process is quite a hard. I've noticed it's either a really good soldier map or you're just getting dumpied. Like there's no in between. Or either that or I watch way too many Nubby demos. That kid and Laz and Jay and Blaze, actual just goats of this fucking game. I deadass think Nubby like hard carries the fuck out of his team. I've never seen, like, that's literally like Euro Jay, Euro Blaze. Pretty fucking good. So Mustard doing damage. Let's take a look at what the soldiers are doing though. They're just sitting on the floor and eating damage. See, yeah, and see Hayes made the same mistake that he made in the first round in this round too. His team is playing left and he's isolating himself on the far right. That too on the floor. He needs to just simply get positioning or go behind. Or if he's gonna play on the right side and isolate himself, here's a great idea. Jump far right into their IT and isolate yourself there. Don't isolate yourself on the low ground and in the worst positioning possible. I know why he's doing that, because he wants to get positioning and damage off onto the health pack. But if you are the only person that's here and alone and on the low ground, you will get eviscerated like in the span of mere seconds. And that's literally what's happened to him 2 out of 3 mids now. You know what I mean? Or yeah, two out of 4 mids. Sorry, there's been 3 rounds so far. I'm not too sure how he died on the other mid, but that was really unfortunate. So now, in the setup phase, they have lost. In the setup phase, once again, they have lost the roamer. So now, Jug Dealers cannot even execute that part of the, their execution phase of the mid properly, and instead they're just gonna sit back and lose another number, because obviously it's just too tough at that point. And then Paul Doug commits in. If Paul Doug had actually committed in earlier, that might have been pretty good, but it seems like there's a big sequencing problem as well on Jug Dealers on this map, where essentially you don't want to jump, like you want to like coordinate everything, like quite literally. So I'll be like, yo soldiers, don't jump unless I've done damage to the high ground a lot, you know what I mean? Or jump when I'm starting to do damage on the height. But they jumped when there was nothing at the height. This all comes down to the damage calls. This comes down to what Mustard is shooting as well. Mustard needs to calm that. But I think Mustard calms quite a bit. I've never heard a Mustard calm though. I've never heard like a Mustard POV or like a, yeah. So that you don't want to like jump into the height or commit like, unless there's like a lot of damage building up. Or you could do that early on and then like set up for like a pinch play. It depends on how your team plays it, but my point is that he kind of jumped in after his scout had committed. They need to simply coordinate and go at the same time. That's the point that I'm trying to make here right now. You know what I mean? They kind of staggered their deaths, went in one at a time, and they kind of just, now they're losing more and more numbers. And then after that, Rokuso, 2 Rockets Phantom, who definitely was sitting in this corner. I don't know why you'd want to be in this corner here. Sticky traps can murder you. Spam can murder you. Like, there's a wall here and a wall here. You're not going to be able to dodge shit. Being in the open will actually, unironically, keep you alive more than being in a corner. That's no cap. Yo, Ron's, how's it going? Do I only do demo reviews? I actually do demo reviews for every class in 6s, believe it or not. But when it comes to flank scout and roamer, I don't know how to communicate or how to give back as much, because those are the classes I have the least amount of experience on. But I think I could definitely do demo reviews for like any combat class, especially medic and demo and pocket scout for sure. And I can also play those 3 classes at the very like high invite for sure, because I've just like when you know how to play, like when you've just been playing for so long, you kind of just pick up on other classes as well, and obviously invite pugs and stuff. But I can definitely demo review like down to a T for individual classes. But right now I'm actually doing just a match cast, really, because it's a close match, and I just want to point out some of the mistakes of both the teams. But I'm pointing out more of the mistakes of Jug Dealers because they are the team that lost. But we will see how GCI loses a couple, like 2 more rounds in the second half. But Mustard Overload dying. very late. Phantom dying very late. This is gonna turn into another. Yeah, so honestly, yeah, this is why Skis tells me to go Katana as well on last. It's probably better to build with your Demo Man. Why? Because as a scout, when you have that much disadvantage, it's probably better to just run, stay buffed, run sniper, get the force off as early as possible, or even a pick as a sniper. You're not gonna be able to do shit on scout other than build, but it's like it's literally redundant to build right now because you're not gonna get this Uber. You're at 20 and they have 100% and they're on your second. There's no point in even building right now. Stay healthy, go off class, and honestly I would just build with my demo, or me I guess. This is why Skis tells me to build Katana. You know what I mean? And I would, it's definitely way more worth it to run a sniper, or maybe you could do some Gazzy Garcia shit and fucking run pyro, but that doesn't happen in NA for reasons that just pyro is I don't think it's that effective in these long big ass fucking last maps, but that's just us. So once again, they're still literally only at 30%. You're not gonna get this Uber, so don't build. Just stay healthy. The point, like, if you're at this low of an Uber, you should just be keeping your health up at the highest, because you're gonna need it for sure to block the point. People should be getting buffed. I understand the NG not getting buffed, but the Demo Man, if I was Mustard, keep the point trapped and I would play at height. Okay, good, he's rotating to height. Soldier needs to get buffed too. Hayes needs to be getting crit flashed. Hayes needs to get crit buffed right now. Crit flash your soldier, crit buff your soldier right now. Okay, good, he is. God bless. They're not forcing. Had Gun been on sniper, easiest medic force or medic pick of all time. This is why you run sniper. You're not getting the Uber. You're still only at 65%. Katana, I honestly, my ego was blocking me from recognizing how impactful the Katana really is, but Skis wasn't capping. The Katana is actually hella impactful. I just didn't like its pull-out time. That pull-out game, hella weak. You're definitely getting hit with that child support, with that fucking pull-out time. It just pulls out so goddamn slow. But it's just too important on 5 CP. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, bro. You building is way... It allows your scout to go sniper or engineer. You guys like that joke, right? That was actually pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I thought of that. But easiest medic snipe, or best case scenario, medic snipe. Even still, you're getting the force off by being a sniper in that doorway, or you're ripping off Sin Karma's head, completely negating the Uber ad. You know what I'm saying? But by not running Katana, you're forcing your scout to go off class, and he's just being useless. He's probably gonna get too rocketed or too stickied if they had chosen to just simply jump through and then get the sentry gun later. But they're gonna get the sentry gun for free, and that's why it's even more important to run the sniper. The sniper makes you pop in the doorway, and then the sentry gun further wastes another 25 to 30% Uber. Then you have stickies on your point. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you defend your last with a massive disad. You have to waste the Uber as much as possible without losing your numbers. So now they pop Catface heavy, IMO, it's dog shit, but it will work because he has great positioning. Wow, he actually almost died. Reason why it's dog shit. Oh wow, wait, is it working? Oh, but again, the Phantom dies to this literal deja vu. The same thing twice. So Phantom, I think I know what he needs to do. I don't blame him for playing like a savage up here, but somebody needs to be holding Bird's Nest because Rakusu's getting in behind 3 times in a row now, and he's rocketed down on Phantom. Easiest medic picks. While May survives. This is going to turn into another, not massive, but reasonable 40 to 50% advantage push for GCI, assuming May survives, and he does, but Cap gets the pick, but he gets overzealous. Oof. I wish he chilled there. If Cap chills there, rather than holding W with 20 HP, I don't know why he did that. I mean, obviously, you know, Cap, he was feeling himself. Cap popped off. He was feeling himself, got the kill, got the second kill, holds W with 20 HP, trades off. If he had the restraint, holds the break, go back to your medic, get the heal, repush, and you win that easy. But I think this is still winnable. Sin is going to kill Mustard, but he's going to trade off. Nope. Now, let me tell you why the Catface heavy was dog. Why was the cat face heavy dog shit? Mustard is shooting at him, soldiers bombing him. You are eating all this damage. You're maybe getting a pick at best, but the highest impact thing is you are taking all the heals away from your team. That's why, in my opinion, I think it's important to not take too much damage as a demo early on in the mid, because you can get tanked, but nobody else on your team is gonna get healed. You gotta think about the bigger picture. You know, Future said this himself. Future said this, the toxic king. The toxic king. You can't think for yourself, you gotta think for the team. Your positioning was also, honestly, if you had chilled here, then you murder everything there, to be honest. You kind of got a little overzealous. Then you probably guys would have won that. But yeah, the heavy, it's like a hit or miss. Your heavy last pushes have a 90% win rate. Yeah, maybe against the other, like, Papega teams. On Gully Wash, it's good, though. Gully Wash is really good. But I don't know about this wide-ass open map where you're going to be doing 3 damage across the map. I don't know about that. And also, had they been running a sniper, you're losing your medic and you're getting headshot too. But yeah, they're not running sniper for some fucking reason. On literally, like, the most insane sightlines, you can see into lobby from spawn, which is ridiculous. What's good, FX? Thank you for the 500 bits, bro. So now Paldog on Spy. Yeah, they recognize this might be a bit too late for Spy though, in my opinion. Oh, I guess he was just checking off class. He was checking the Spy or the heavy again. Haze does kill Cap, so that should slow down the push. Oh wait, actually it doesn't. They choose to Uber regardless. So Sin Karma, he has blood in his eyes. Yep, Sin Karma just murdered everything. I want to see what he did there. So that was actually kind of insane. Good half. Good Uber. Honestly, they lost caps and they're like, fuck it, let's just still go. So let's go back. I want to watch Sin Karma, see what he did there in that Uber. Actually, let's go even further back. I want to see how he got those 2 picks. Alert.
The control point is being contested.
Okay, Rokuso gets the gun down. Okay, they're gonna pop Sin Karma in. Oh, what a juggle. What? How do both of them get caught there? Okay, that's just bad position. Like, they needed to be like here way earlier. They needed to be rotating left like immediately. Or Mustard could have put like a sticky down to juggle Sin Karma away, like before he landed, but that's like the only way, because I've done that to Sin Karma before and it fucked him in that exact same way. But he's also like been able to land on me and murder us in Nest as well. So yeah, you just simply have to be like further out, faster. Those 2 picks is all you really need in that last push. That was a really good bomb. But I don't know how that soldier also lands at Mustard Overlord and they both get caught. That was kind of crazy. That was really good. All right, let's watch that second half now. Okay, second half. Alright, I'm gonna watch Sin Karma on this mid. Yeah. I honestly don't like watching scouts because I don't know, it just looks boring. And I feel like this game is like literally carried by just really just insane projectile damage. Wow, speaking of which, good read from Sin Karma to destroy all the people on the right side, but his team is splitting off. Some people on his team definitely down on the left side. I didn't spectate it, but I just know just by the audio cues, and so they traded off half and half. But they can afford to back up here. Reason why is because they had lost Phantom, so Phantom is dying literally over and over again. That's a huge problem that I'm noticing, is that he wasn't able to live like almost ever, and that's unfortunate when you're trying to when all the odds are against you. You need to be able to keep your medic alive, honestly. Like, you can't let the guy die, you know. He's very important. He's most likely getting bombed, but I don't think he surfs as much as he should be, but it could be a mechanical thing. So because Sin Karma and his team know, yeah, he is leading, which is interesting. That's dangerous, but it's not the worst because they have heals. The reason why he's peaking like this in the first place is because when though you're down numbers and like you kill the enemy team's medic, you can afford to peek a little bit just to damage everybody hard. And reason why it's like really good is because when the enemy team's medic is dead, any damage you do is gonna be permanent damage. It's not gonna be healed off unless they take health packs, but you will see that happening. So any and all damage when the enemy team's medic is not there or he's dead is good. It's all permanent damage that will last and take off the any overheal that's there. It'll just hurt people, you know what I mean? So, but obviously Sin Karma recognizes that, you know, there's just too many people. He's trying to get the people far right. If I was him, I would just be hitting the people on the point and on the height. Fuck the people that are across the map. What are they gonna do? Kill the people in front of you, my guy. You know? That's just me though. That's just me. So Sin Karma will protect it. Well, he will get the pick after his medic is forced. That was actually honestly a huge force from Hayes. That was like a Hail Mary miracle play from Hayes. Damn, everybody wants me to chuggeth. God damn. That was kind of sus. But you know what I mean? Big play from Hayes actually. That was a very crucial force. But it doesn't matter because GCI, they're like, yo, we just got to pick a fresh pick. Let's see if we can turn this pick into more picks. You know what I mean? And that is what they're doing. But May goes down. Massive play from Paul Dog. You know what I mean? So, but Phantom also goes down to Rakuso. So, wait, what? Where did Phantom die? Oh, I guess he died here. I think I need to spec Phantom. How was he dying so much? Actually, nah. I will only spec Phantom if he wants me to review his demo for him. Because it seems to be a pretty recurring theme that he's just getting picked off by the soldiers every time. So I want to see what's going on his perspective. I don't know if his movement is getting bricked or if he's not like latching onto a scout when a soldier's jumping through. But same situation, you know, they traded medics. And another thing, Mustard does not have any traps up at the chokes. That's another thing I'm noticing. Mustard hasn't really been trapping any of the chokes at all. But he does get a roller pick. And they did trade off. But Hayes gets another pick. So a lot of back and forth. A lot of back and forth going on right now. Wait, I remember this. This was so fucking stupid. Why? Like, put a sticky... Dude, oh my god. I was watching this live, dude. Oh my god, dude. Okay. So, don't ever do this as a demo. And if you're gonna do this as demo, like, be really careful how you do this as a demo. First of all, I don't know why he did this. Like, why are you here? Just go back to your beam and play heals. He got the pack in IT, that's fine, but rotate back to your team. And if you're gonna do this, put a sticky around the corner on your foot. Bro, I'm actually molding, man. I remember I watched this, Zilly and I were watching this, and I got pissed. I think Botmo was there too. We actually got pissed, like third degree fucking, third degree, like, fucking, like a third person mauled, bro. A second hand mauled. Like, bro, oh my god, the sticky should have been put down first and then the pipe should have come out after. He would have actually murked that soldier. But the even correct play would have been simply to just walk through choke, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, 30 sips, bro. Mans want me to just, man, my kidneys ain't gonna. I'm gonna get so sloshy after this. How many deaths on Phantom? Phantom had Bear. I'm gonna tell you right now. So, second. Okay, so that's the second half, right? First half, 8 deaths, which is a lot. Second half, 11 deaths. May had 7 deaths in the first half, or in the second half, and only 2 in the first. You know what I mean? So that's just, they're constantly picking Phantom. You know? Like, okay, May had 9 deaths in total. From what it seems, May had 9 deaths. and Phantom had 19. So that's fried. That's fried. Like that's like even when you're losing a game, like the medic deaths should ideally be almost equal, or you have just a bit more deaths, like maybe 5 at most more. But having 10 more deaths is kind of fried. You know what I mean? But jug dealers need to look at this on the bright side, is that they got 3 rounds on arguably GCI's best map with their medic dying 10 times more than the enemy team's medic. So the fact that they got 2 more rounds now, let's take a look at how this happens. I'm gonna be watching jug dealers more and see how they get in. If Zam should have committed there. If I was Zam, I'm going in. Why? That medic had 10 HP. Maybe he didn't commit because the calm wasn't made on the actual medic's HP. But even if he does go for the medic, it literally creates a distraction for the soldier to bomb in. Like they're down 2 and he would have gotten these picks. Yeah, so he got the pick anyways, but I feel like he could have committed for that medic. And then he takes the scout, the 1v1 with the scout. Even though he could have played that in a he could have disengaged and turned that into a 4 versus 1. Let me see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 players on his team right next to him, and he should have slowed down there just slightly. That's a very inexperienced thing with scouts. I've noticed like that's what when I watched like Clockwork, Shrugger, like Yance and all these scouts play, like I noticed unless they would just like be completely aim guarding and aim murdering, like just 2-tapping these fools, 2-shotting everybody, they would get a pick. Like the smarter scouts, Clockwork never really do this because he's just fried and he would just literally walk in and just just 2-shot everything. But like the smarter scouts, they would get a pick, repositioning, get a pick, reposition, go back to the beam. Zilly used to actually tell this. I remember Zilly used to stream his Cafe Monster games like way back then in like the Jurassic era, and he would talk about like how get a pick, go back to your beam, and don't trade yourself off. It's amazing if you get a pick, but like why would you want to keep like why would you want to feed and then trade that number off? You know what I mean? Try to turn that pick into even more picks. But regardless, Catface should die here. It was a rather small mistake. Paul Dog will pick him off here. Paul Dog starts activating. So I'm going to actually continue to watch Paul Dog here quite a bit. He actually activates quite hard in the second half. Big damage coming in. I remember that too. Hayes with the deep bomb murders Sin Karma. They should get the force. Oh yeah, May also drops Uber. So this is actually funny. May was at 99% there. He got 2-rocketed the moment it hit 100% Uber. Because I was watching Catface's POV, and they honestly shouldn't have pushed out like that, if I'm being real with you. Like, they were down 2 numbers. I don't know why they were still peaking being down 2 numbers. That was a bit interesting. Or maybe they were down 1 number. But when they're jumping through like that, you should probably just disengage and give up the ground, because they have too much positioning at that point. So big damage by Paul Dog and Hayes. We'll drop the medic, but Paul Dog will go for the air shot here. So this scout, that was risky by that scout for even going for that. Oof. Paul Dog should have killed Rakuso, but it's all good. But they got forced anyways, and oh wow, they got forced, but they didn't get the cap either. So that's kind of bad. Paul Dog will play the cap here though. He goes for the air shot. Okay, that's not the worst. Why? Because it's not the worst simply because they won the round, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would have bombed there, but I probably would have just also probably done the same thing, realistically speaking. Like, they're down that many numbers. I don't know. It's okay. You choke second half. It's all good though. You guys did close out, and you actually did play pretty well. Like, anytime your team did well, it was pretty much because of you, I think. And Cap like murdering shit, Rakuso getting in deep, getting a lot of damage off. Now I want to take a look at these jug dealer mids. Okay, so yeah, huge difference is that at least they're starting to play a bit more closer. Hayes is still going off into the corner by himself, but at least he's not dying instantly. He almost does though, because had that scout been faster to push the roof, he would have definitely killed Hayes. And now they do the same thing though, really. Really, the reoccurring theme of this mid for jug dealers is they don't know what the fuck they want to do on these mids. I think I've actually come to this conclusion, is that jug dealers are simply just not decisive enough what they're doing, or what they're doing is playing a passive mid, but they're playing the passive mid wrong. Reason why is because they're sitting fucking here. They're literally they're not playing on mid, or they're like playing in this vicinity, giving up complete height. You can play height and still be passive, but you need to have positioning. You know what I mean? The mid that they won, they committed onto the left side and got aggressive. So I think that jug dealers simply, they need to play into their assets and their strengths, and simply just do some aggro shit. This passive stuff is not working out for them from what it seems like on this mid. But they need to, but whoever's main calling on jug dealers, they need to understand these patterns and break out of it faster. You can't be losing this many rounds and then come to the realization that, okay, yo, this isn't working out. We gotta fix something. It could be a bit too late. It gotta be fast, you know? But that's the difference between like mid invite teams and high invite teams, is that the adjustment, like obviously there's higher experience, right? But with that higher experience comes the ability to be able to understand what's going wrong. And maybe it's not even necessarily what's going wrong. The first step is to simply ask your teammates, like, yo, what's not working for you guys and what are they doing? You want to understand the enemy team's pattern, and you want to like adjust based off of that. That'll kind of help you a lot in any situation, whether it's like a mid fight, whether it's like, we're failing our mid to second transitions. You know, they keep beefing their mids, and it's due to the exact same reason each time. Every mid that they lose, it's because they're sitting back and not taking any ground. Mustard's getting left out to dry. He's taking too much damage. That whole sequence is, this match, what up, man? I was watching this match from everyone's perspective, really. I'm just like doing like an overhead cast type thing, just pointing out both teams' mistakes, you know, pointing out both teams what they're doing, just like an overhead cast. This isn't like a singular demo review, you know what I mean?
Control point is being captured.
But with that super late gun pick, mustard overlord pick, and like I don't understand why jug dealers tried to start the aggression at their choke when they had already lost all the ground. Simply just give it up and reset at the choke. Mustard has never been able to set up a single choke trap up this entire match from what I've seen. He's not getting like he's almost got no like sticky trap kills. So even Uber situation here, I'm gonna get my camera. Oh wow, finally Zam on the sniper. He only goes sniper when they have even Ubers. Oh, go sniper like when you have massive disad too. For real, just have your demo build. And even then, even when you're building, you're not gonna get the Uber, so stay healthy and defend last with, you know what I mean? But he gets that Rakusa pick. I remember that air headshot. It was on the cast was on his camera when that happened. You know, standard upper lobby pill spam. They're gonna try to work this out, maybe into a counter sack. Nope, looks like it's gonna be a reset here. So once again, the stalemate will continue. I'm gonna keep my camera on Rakuso and Sin. I'm gonna see what they're gonna do, because all in all, this is gonna come out onto. Oh, this is gonna come to Rakuso and Sin trying to open this up for their team, but. Oh, okay. Zam, I don't know why he fought like that. That could have easily turned into like a 4 versus 3. You know what I mean? But oh, okay. That was a nice pick. If Mustard was like, I don't know, he did get juggled. I feel like he almost forced May. He was like 2 seconds away from forcing May there. I don't know what it is. I thought he almost forced May there. He does get the Rakuso kill, however. Oh man, I just realized I got scrims in 3 hours. So after this, I'm gonna probably call it, and then we'll be back at 10 p or 9:30, maybe 10 p.m. EST. But we will be back at 10 p.m. EST, if not 9:30, for actual scrims. So this is you know, Rakuso and Sin. This is pretty good that they're getting on top of this little thing. They're gonna get some spam onto the sentry gun. Reason why they're doing this, guys, is because if you get the sentry gun down, it'll be 400 times easier for you to get the enemy team's force off. But Mustard getting picked off. Wow. I think I know what Sin Karma did. He probably just pressured through 3 and laid a sticky trap. Mustard walked into it and died. This is I'm liking the counter spam from Paul Dog to pressure the soldiers and stop the soldiers from getting the force off. However, nobody on Jug Dealers realizes that 1 is absolutely free and it's not being watched. Maybe the guy that's at rollout can watch 1, but I don't know. If I'm going for like a fast roamer counter sack, you go through 1, you just pogo across into lower lobby, and then force the medic maybe. But May, he recognizes that, you know, okay, we sacked our soldier in, and you know, we're just gonna back up now because we don't want to get spammed and forced in lobby. And he was right, because the soldier went for the counter sack, and he even almost forced May down to 50 HP. But he doesn't get the force off, so it's going to turn into a sniper versus sniper battle in the stalemate. So Rakuso on sniper, very unorthodox. I would assume that honestly Catface or Cap would snipe before Rakuso does, but the Rakuso sniper could be a sleeper. Okay, well, he just got murked. I mean, yeah, Zam, you know, I've seen him snipe quite a bit. Zam's a pretty solid sniper. Ooh. NT. He goes for a lot of aggressive peeks. I would like to see him peek 1. Like with the soldier. Have a soldier peek the 1 shutter for you. And then you get a free, like if he had done that, oh god. If he had done that, you know, soldier peeks his 1. May might not get headshot, but maybe Sin Karma could get headshot because May was playing in the counter sniper spot. but let's say that happened even faster. Maybe May could have gotten picked. You never know. What do I think about GCI having 5 in lobby? Standard for breaking a stalemate. Mustard Overlord sending damage back in to lobby, trying to stop the soldiers from spamming down his sentry gun. Why? Because obviously, like, you don't want to let your sentry gun go down, because if the sentry gun goes down, I mean, even if your sentry gun does go down, you should know that they're gonna send a soldier or 2 in immediately to force your medic. But if you can keep your sentry gun up the entire time, it's gonna make it pretty much impossible for the soldiers to force your medic from a sack. But I think from what I recall, Paul Dog tries to go for a couple of force plays in lobby, and I think Megos dropped down about 40 HP while Zam gets 2 important kills and Hayes gets a 3rd pick on a Sin Karma. So if I was Mustard Overload right now, like deadass, I wouldn't be going through upper height like lobby just because the angles can be sometimes scuffed. I noticed that going lower lobby is actually kind of better. Like, just like the demo is dead. If you have a demo dead and you have 3 picks like that, you can walk in through lower lobby absolutely for free. Because like even the soldier that's an upright, they're down 3 people. You know what I mean? They are down 2 soldiers of their own, however. But honestly speaking, when they had lost those 2 soldiers, they should have already been peeking like that. I think the sniper had killed the soldier late in the lobby, but I would have liked to see the rest of them already like peeking out. They still Gun still has a sentry gun on last. That's another problem in my honest opinion. You should like be confident that, first of all, like, you got 3 picks. What is the point of, like, you got 3 picks? Nothing could possibly backcap you there, especially if the call is made that all 3 players that are alive on their team are right in front of you. There is no reason to keep your sentry gun at last, because essentially now it's like Jug Dealers are pushing out 3 versus 4. Well, I guess they just got a respawner, but it's 3 versus 3 in this exact situation. The respawn hasn't arrived yet. Some players, some teams are so cracked they will go off of even those timings. The time it takes for a respawner to get into the proper position. Some teams will abuse the fact that, okay, this guy just respawned, but he's not in position, so we can still walk in because we have about 5 seconds left before it turns into an even number situation. You know what I mean? I would have gone lower lobby here and pushed out, but it seems like they're just gonna give this up. I don't agree with this. I would have, first of all, that guy needs, okay, that's even worse. Zam just dies in upper. They should have just pushed out through lower lobby. get the force off, or just like exchange at least, and then maybe back up. But they kind of just gave up ground, and I guess they gave up ground because they got pressured too hard. But if it had walked into lower, that would have been easier, in my opinion. But they just, it seems GCI just kind of flooded in and went for a 3-man sack. However, Sin Karma also dies, so I don't know if that was necessarily a 3-man sack, because generally speaking, like, you don't really sack your demo all the time into an even Uber, or unless it's like a 4-man. But this is like a 3-man plus the demo. If you're gonna do a 3-man, keep your demo alive. Don't sack. Oh, you 2-man and he got caught. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, he should be in position to just trap off like and back up. You know what I mean? But I do understand what he's trying to do. He wants to be in position to try to spam for the 2-man, so that the chances of you guys getting the force off is higher, which is good. But I myself have also died doing that shit. Like a 2-man suddenly turns into you losing 3 people, including a demo. So Mustard Overload not pushing out the rollout. And to answer your question, isn't lower lobby the most common push spot? Yeah, it is. Lower lobby is a good push spot. 1 is a good push spot. Upper lobby is just kind of scuffed for demo. Not really anything else. You could actually go through lower lobby while your team goes through upper, especially then because you can watch for like a lower lobby flank as well and spam. But it's just the way the angle is. You can easily spam the point from lower. That's just how I see it. But you could definitely easily spam this guy on the point too. But I don't know. I feel like at level, this scout can just easily just dodge around and just dodge your stickies. I don't know. And not only that, being here is like, it's honestly such a shaky position, because a soldier could land right there or right there and you would get absolutely fucked. You know what I mean? But in this situation, it's not the worst because they only have 1 soldier. It's not the worst. It's just what I would have done. You know what I mean? Oh, what? But maybe it is the worst. Oh, you see? But you see, that's what I'm saying. He used 30 HP and barely survived. Like, that was kind of hectic. And he didn't really do too much damage to the scout on point either. You know what I mean? Because if the soldier sees you on the absolute lowest ground, that guy has to... the way that distance is, his rocket, even if it hits you, won't do too much, and you can still walk all the way out and take the point. But if he wants to commit for you, he has to drop to the lowest ground. You know what I mean? That's just the way I see it.
Our control point has been
So
captured.
Zam checking for a back cap, even though everything's in front of you, brother. The paranoia is real. So now they have a massive Uber ad as well as 2 picks going into this mid. They should not pop Uber. It's good that Zam checks. It's really good that Zam checks. Wait a second. Did I just say that they don't have to pop this at all because they have 2 picks? Why? Why? Fucking why? Why? Why did you pop? You have 2 picks and full Uber. Take that for free, my boy. Take that. You take that for free. You take this point every time for free, ladies and gentlemen. So this is why numbers game is like far more superior in my opinion at high invite than Uber ad. Like if you're down 3 numbers but you have 100% Uber ad, it still doesn't matter. We're using our 3 picks to get to turn your Uber advantage into dog shit. This is where like you get a sniper, and rather than having your sniper going for like, for example, I'm giving you guys examples right now. Let's say you get like a sniper pick. You have a sniper, he gets a pick. Have your sniper get more picks rather than just having him go for like a hero shot and just feed. Just get more and more and more and more. Get as much as you can for free. You know what I mean? But they pop for no reason. That was not the play there. Not only that, they popped and they didn't even take ground. Like what the fuck is, like, this is not taking that much ground. I mean, it is pretty good ground, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually some of the best positioning I've seen out of these 2 soldiers on this mid. But have I considered Zam is 6'7"? That's, the guy needs to be in the NBA. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in TF2. Yeah, if you have 2 picks like that, and simply all you have to do this is all you have to do actually, in order to like just take points for free. So you walk to the choke And God gave you like these two fucking ovals that are attached to like your brain through an optic nerve. And they're actually right here. They're located right here. God gave you two of these motherfuckers actually. You have to utilize them properly. So how you do that and how you take the point for free is you see, oh right, they're fucking gone and nobody's on mid. Walk through and take the mid for free, bro. Nobody's in front of us. Clear sewer real quick. Use your eyeballs, and the world will be given to you. King Solomon asked for wisdom, and God gave him the world. So the other issue is that Mustard, I would have liked to, even if he is bombing and didn't get anything. This is something I do every time. Remember guys, it was on my demo man video. It was either tip number 3 or 5. No cap, no kizzy fam. Do not cap as the demo man. Get into the choke and lock out the choke. Your job is to prevent the enemy team from contesting and stopping you from capping. So if you're on the cap, you're not in position in most maps, unless it's like a process choke, or unless it's like a gully wash. No, not gully wash either. Gully wash you can still lose complete choke control. What map can you control choke from the second point while capping? You can control process choke from second when you're on your second, but you can't control choke when you're on mid. You can control mid, you can control like the mid chokes when you're on mid, but you cannot control sunshine choke from spire because there's too much distance unless you use the close left trap. But even then, that's not the most aggressive trap. My point is that Mustard needs to be trapping more aggressively, like in literally this doorway, that doorway, that. Mans will walk through and blow up. I'm not even joking, bro. Especially because GCI takes every single dry fight without Ubers, which is a good thing, but it's also exploitable. I'm just saying. It's very exploitable. There's a lot of times as a demo man, you actually don't want to be capping. Because first of all, you're going to get probably blasted. And a second thing is that it's not a good position to be capping because you cannot lock out the choke. You don't have good access to the choke. You know what I mean? You could trap the choke and then cap, because I know man's fiend for those cap points. But like I'm noticing a great trend where GCI is like just walking through for free in these dry pushes. But this is where it backfires. Why did this backfire? Because Hayes and Paul had sicko positioning, like actual sicko mode positioning. So I'm actually gonna go on the Paul Doug cam. Mustard also gets a big pick on to Sin Karma. So in my honest opinion, I'm gonna be real with you guys there. Jug dealers threw that by popping for no reason, but GCI threw that by trying to dry push into absolutely the worst positioning ever. So both teams made a mistake there, but Jug dealers were able to punish them harder. GCI got overzealous. They're like, oh, they just Ubered, let's just walk in for free. But that was still an even fight. Even though Phantom had popped for no reason, they threw by taking an even fight. You know what I mean? Now, even Uber situation, and they posted up on the oh, another throw, another even fight. They misread the situation. They didn't realize that Phantom, even though he had popped early on mid, he was building the entire time. And even though May had survived, remember, you had lost numbers, allowing Phantom to build better and allowing him to catch up with the Uber. They misread this play, and they're gonna catch, and they're gonna pay for it. Mustard, big rocket by Paul Dog. I remember he was streaming his pog. Play the height now. Play the height. Big pick. Take your time. Okay, nice, easy. Don't go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We were watching this shit. Yeah, Ash and I were talking. I remember it was me, Ash, Bot Mode, and Zilly watching Paul Dog there. We probably should have hit that air shot, but I feel like he could have taken his time there a bit better. But either way, this is fat. Oof. Oh my god, he's mauling. He should have killed Sin there. But it doesn't matter. Paul Dog's feeling himself. Paul Dog is super feeling himself right now. Yeah, that wasn't ulti duo funny. That actually was. Interesting upward direct attempt. I would have just probably bombed up top onto the metal sheet and just like rain down or down rocket. And he also, okay, listen, you just lost two people. You just lost two people. So like, I don't know why he's still playing in that positioning. I don't know where he was. I think he was playing like right here by rollout and he got rushed up by Rakuso. He should be up there or up there. Once again, I see literally every soldier do it. That's why I'm saying he should be up there. Why? Because yeah, he just got a nice Rakuso kill, but you're down 2 numbers. It's right now, it's more about denying them and doing as much damage without taking as much damage yourself, because this is no better than just trade like a simple 1 versus 1 sack trade. You know what I mean? In this situation, when you're down 2 like that, you don't want to do that. You want to be at least trying to slow the enemy team down as much as possible. And another thing, Mustard is not prepared for the double man. I actually noticed this from Sin Karma too. None of these demos, when they're 2-man sacking their mans in, they are not ready to immediately get the traps up like up here to get the immediate pick. You just lost 2 numbers. You know they're gonna try to push out of their last. Get the traps up ASAP. And I guess the reason why they're not able to do this is because they're missing the timing. It's like, okay, do I bait my team and not pressure for the force and just set up the traps, or do I use up my sticky to pressure to help my 2-man? That's where the kind of the finicky, that's where it's like, what decision do I make? And I understand that that's actually a little bit hard to make that decision, especially when you're not especially when you're not like as experienced. But here's what I do: I keep enough ammo in my clip. What I do is I spam my pipes while keeping my stickies loaded. That way I'll toss in like maybe 1 or 2 stickies for a force along with, but my pipes go flying out. And that way I still have about 6 to 7 stickies, maybe 5 stickies, even though that's still perfect. All you really need is 4 stickies to just lock the shit out. You get an immediate return pick, guaranteed. Why? Because first of all, they're not going to be popping Uber out of their last when you just lost 2 people. A smart team will try to use you being down 2 numbers to walk through and take ground for free. You know what I mean? So that's when those aggressive traps come into play. When you know that they're gonna when you know that they're absolutely gonna be walking through, that's when those traps are like even more A1. So yeah, Paul Dog, no positioning, does trade for Rakuso, but it's not good enough. And so May also understands this. That's why they sent that out in the first place. They lost 2 people. Then Paul Dog dies. Why would I ever force out of my last when we can just take our second point for free? This is the game sense and experience difference between May and Phantom. And not only that, May hard carries this team with the main calls. What do you trap the rollout? No, because this goes into like the very top 5 game sense percentage. Like that ass, like this is kind of tough in my honest opinion, because really it's a luck of the draw, actually, speaking of which, but not too much, because it also depends heavily on communication. My priority there is to trap upper lobby first or lower lobby, and then immediately get a trap off on 1. If I know they're sniping, I'm trapping 1 first. Why? You know why. Motherfuckers are gonna try to peek the guy's shutter through the sniper, and I'm gonna use a floor trap, not an upper trap. Why? He has to walk through the upper trap in order to die. But the floor trap, the moment he peeks, he explodes. And you always use a floor trap against a sniper that you think is gonna peek the shutter. But in this situation, I use an upper trap or even a side trap. Damn, these next terms, I know y'all are nutting right now with all this information. Fuck. That's why I'm pausing so much. A fucking 30-minute game turns into a 2-hour analysis review. I'm doing this shit Siegel style, bitches. I'm spewing this information out. That's Siegel in-depth review. I literally go down to the very last detail sometimes. I go down to the last detail, down to each and every individual mistakes, because each and every individual mistake will then snowball into just an entire team fuck up. You know what I mean? Just like as I'm spewing right now. But, so now another thing. They know that, okay, we just got 3 picks. Paul Dog down, let's take mid for free now. Bet, let's take the mid, but now Zamblast. Absolute terrorist, Zamblast. Nice. Sin Karma dies and they exchange into the sniper. Ooh. So honestly speaking, the moment, like, I think the reason why they went for the exchange there is because GCI knew that, okay, yo, we just lost Catface to a snipe. If we try to back up, the sniper could potentially cut us off. So they went for the Hail Mary exchange, but they dropped Sin Karma. Absolute worst case. Oh my god almighty. Worst case scenario, for worst case scenario for GCI here, but I remember Phantom dies here again. Why? Let's take a look here. So obviously Zamblast is on sniper, so Phantom, remember, you have one less scout that can protect you. You gotta get, that's why you die. So I understand that you're trying to save your mans there, but your life is, when the enemy team's medic dies there, your life is what matters. Zilly actually plays a little bit more savage. Like, I was playing the new map cup. a couple days ago, and Zilly was running for skis, right? And I noticed Zilly plays more selfish with his Ubers, which is not a bad thing. You know, medics like Lol Guy, Seeds, Zilly, they will play to protect themselves and have the best possible Uber more. You know what I mean? And some medics will, and other medics like Skis, you know, Redacted, May plays pretty, but the thing is, May is so good that he like knows when to do both. He knows when to commit to help him save his team, and he knows when to don't get me wrong, all these top medics know how to do that. But I think I've seen May and Shade play the most savage out of all medics. Other medics just play like bitches, like to protect themselves the most. I'm not gonna lie to you, but in this absolute situation, you definitely play for yourself here. You latch onto a scout and you dipset after their medic dies. Especially, you know, because you have a sniper and that's one less scout that can protect you. I'm just saying, your life matters more. Because he has died almost pretty much every like transition, I think. Almost every transition. I don't, like if Phantom wants me to do like a full-on actual medic review, I'm gonna do that, but I'm kind of just looking at bare bones mistakes from both of these teams. Gun, I don't really agree with that. I don't know why he did that after your medic dies. Like, I know they're trying to go for a play here, but I think it's better off that he lets his demo do damage first and then he commits. He kind of just like held W at 2 almost full HP scouts there. That was a little bit like, I don't know, I felt like that was some desperation play. He should have just like get information, see where stuff is. Okay, bet I can't really take this fight, back up. You know what I mean? Or let your demo do damage, but you know, from the way it was looking out, that fight wouldn't have worked out in Jug Dealer's favor anyways. They both should have just lived. Gun died there for no reason. He should have lived. So now with that one pick, that's gonna turn into Paul Dog jumping the choke. Probably not the right play. I remember he like landed here and got piped by Sin Karma. That was another desperation play that, honestly speaking, like I don't think that's worth it, especially because Mustard also doesn't, he still does not have traps up in these chokes. That's another big thing I'm noticing. Mustard, once again, I would have to do like another individual demo review to like spot what exactly and what timings he's missing his sticky traps. But he has allowed GCI to walk in for free almost every transition, so that needs to not happen. Like, it's literally even just getting just a random shitty just scout pick or soldier pick, and it's not shitty, it's actually pretty impactful because you're negating your own guy dying, turning it into a 5v5 rather than a 5v6. It's actually way more impactful than you think. And then another thing, I play like a fucking savage. I'll get that first pick and then I'll just be dropping even more stickers on the choke. So yeah, the soldiers will bomb through, but I'll get that first pick and then lock out the rest of the team. And then because I have so much game sense, I know that the soldiers are gonna high bomb through and then try to kill me so that the choke could be open up. You know what I mean? You need to have these like future, like you need to read the future. That's all I'm saying. But it only like, you know, you gotta just watch your own demos. You gotta understand and catch the patterns. You know what I mean? And that's why scrims are a thing. Real shit. So Rakuso does trade off, however, for Mustard Overload by Mustard. Hayes gets picked off in Sewer. Not a good death. These guys are losing numbers a lot. Big gun snipe though. That was nasty. I remember that. Honestly, okay, they're down 3 and they have a 30% this side. I guess, yeah, he probably shouldn't peak you know, that aggressive after getting that snipe. You love the way Shade plays medic. I love the way Shade played medic. Yeah, he's a little I mean, he could get good again if he wanted to, but I think it's like one of those, it's like you just don't give a fuck anymore. And plus Shade, he's making bank, he's doing his thing, you know. Eventually life moves on, you know what I mean? And he plays a fuck ton of WoW. Heroes of the Storm, whatever. Motherfucker that never added me back on Steam, but he can suck my meat because I still have him on Battle.net. because I accidentally removed him. And Shade is like, once you're in, you're in. But once you're out, you're out. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Dante. I miss him though. Dante was amazing. And he was such a funny to teammate. Except for the trolling though. The full-time crit screen wasn't really a troll. It was actually like a viable strat. But the other trolling shit was like a little annoying at times. Big gun snipe onto Sin Karma though. So I want to see. Okay, I don't agree with this Paul Dog. Paul Dog just sitting there on the floor. He does get the cat face kill, and his sniper does get another pick. But like, it's like a bunch of trades, and now Paul Dog gets forced back, and he doesn't get saved either. Ooh, okay. In my honest opinion, if Phantom's gonna force there anyways, I would have just popped on Paul Dog or on a soldier, because think about it this way. He didn't pop on a soldier, and Paul Dog had to jump back when he should have honestly jumped forward. If he had gotten ahead and if he had jumped forward, that actually could have been very damaging for GCI, because GCI would have definitely had to turn around for Paul Dog. Not only that, that would have also opened up ground for the sniper, unless Cap didn't care anyways and would still two-shot the sniper. But the trades were in favor for Jug Dealers momentarily. And it seems like they will get Cap. Okay, so the trades are still now in favor. You know, a little bit scuffed, but it works out for the Jug Dealers. I would like to see a soldier just jump a little bit further deep. Okay, Sin Karma caught. Get that Sin Karma pick. Get that Sin Karma pick. Where the fuck is the soldiers, man? Okay, Hayes doesn't, you know, he's trying to get his health. Okay, that's fine. They didn't kill Sin Karma though, but that needed to happen. Okay, this he can still kill. Oh, that's bad. That's bad beef. Shit, that's bad. Okay, but Sin Karma still does die. Damage is dealt, but you know that. Okay, good. He made up for it. Good, excellent, Hayes. Good. I'm proud of you, brother. So now, Gun and Zam, we just killed their medic. What is the only thing that could happen right now? What is the only play that they could make? They already know. They're gonna try to kill our medic. Guys, keep in mind, listen, that you don't need to always keep it so cookie cutter, like your flank scout. God, my bad, guys. That's kind of cringe. Hold on.
Here we go again.
Coughing out some shit. At least my lungs are working. But, you know, sometimes you don't need to play hectic cookie cutter flank scout. Like I said, guys, get to the beam or get the kill or two and come back to your beam. Zilly was actually one of the first people, unironically. Like, I remember those Jurassic, you know, Mesozoic era fucking demo reviews of the Cafe Scout. You told me you would at scissor, get the kill, come back to the beam, protect me. Don't trade yourself off. You know what I mean? And look at that. Super important. What face? Did you what face at scissor? That's funny. Oh, this was insanity. How do you not hear this shit? Okay, watch this. Watch this. Paul Dog POV. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. This is. Oh, hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What? Oh man, all he needed to do, honestly speaking, dead ass, bro, he keeps making this mistake. I don't know if the sentry gun would have allowed him to land up here, but would it hit you if you were here? Yeah, I probably would. Okay, but I feel like he wouldn't get pinned like that if he had landed here. He reacted so late to that sentry gun being there, and nobody else on his team said that. But massive pick from Mustard, Overlord, and Gun. This is a sick Uber. This is actually the Uber that they needed to do. Reason why they get this round. So Sin Karma, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, you said you choked, but like you also kind of just held W at second, when I feel like you guys should have just gone for the last hold. Like, just off class, just let them cap second. You know they have big ad, and like just hard hold that, you know. You guys all got caught by one there, and the demo man tried to stop the second cap versus a scout who was Zamblast, I believe. Because Gun took that massive Uber with Mustard. Obviously, they had no off classes either, so that was just the freest last push. So that was the second round that this team will get. So now let's see what are the horrendous mistakes that happened for this team, truly. Let's take a look here how they fumbled the bag. Let's see what truly goes wrong. I think it'll be the mid. I want to see the mid again, bird's eye perspective. Actually, maybe they win this mid and then they lose the other one. Let's take a look here. I'm actually gonna do like a little like almost team demo review. Okay, I would get 3. Fuck. Okay, luckily I looked at it last second. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press pause, and now my game crashed. Subhanallah. Bismillah. My game fucking crashes. But I was at tick 67,000. Luckily I remembered that. I looked at it last second. My game froze, and that gave me the opportunity to look at the tick that I was on before my shit crashed. Excellent work, guys. Don't worry. Oh, I know. Oh, that when Paul Dog goes for the near winning back cap, you mean? Bro, that was just heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking. Oh my god. That was the near winning back cap play. That was we're gonna get to that, all right? So I'm gonna go to tick 66,000. We'll start from there. Okay. Paul Dog dies to the sentry gun. That is the saddest shit. Okay, so now I'm gonna watch. I would have just gotten 300. He jumps here. Get 300, fam. Get 300 and do the jump. Why are you jumping with 200? Because now you're just fucking up your heal sequence, and now you're 130 HP. Ah. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, if I was Sin Karma, if these two weren't up here, Sin Karma would be having a field day, murdering everybody on this pack. Oh my goodness. This is the first time I've also seen Haze up here without getting blasted. And why is that? Because rather than being on the floor, they're up here on the high ground. Who would have thought? So let's see how this mid actually pans out. Not the best start to the mid, but let's see how the execution phase of the mid pans out. Ooh, the commit. Is it Liddy? It's Liddy. It's looking Liddy, but jump! Oh my god. It was screaming at me, the timing to jump. Here's what you do though. You don't jump and land into 4 players there. You jump high bomb, do a curve, but as you curve, you throw a rocket into the floor, and you hit 5 people for 1 rocket. Opportunities. But it's not the worst that he's holding height, because at least you can hold the height and still spam. It's not the worst what he's doing here. This is still decent. However, what Mustard should be doing right here and now, I want to see what he's... Yeah, so unless his HP was awful, Paul Dog being up here should have allowed Mustard to push across the cap and literally just fucking wipe them. Because there's 4 of them looking at Paul Dog. I really don't want to review or rewind and watch that from Mustard's perspective. If he wants to do a demo review, I'll show him that timing. But there was an opportunity when I saw 4 people on the floor here, 5 people on the floor, all clumped up in the same vicinity. Had Paul Dog even bombed and done a curve around, land maybe on the rock or on the sewer alcove rather than sitting up here, that would have made even more space for Mustard to hold W across the point and literally just murder Sin Karma, Rakuso, and Catface across the cap. 3 stickies, 3 kills, no Kizzy. Assuming he hits everything. That's always the other part. There's the game sense part. You could be making the right decisions, but if you miss, I'm sorry, brother. That just sucks. But trust me, it's the DM aspect is always going to be easier than the game sense and the positioning. The game sense, positioning, and decision making way harder than aiming, because you can be just jerking it in MG 4 hours a day and literally just not miss. But if you have the like literally just smooth brain, like you can only use your DM to such a far extent. You know what I mean? So I don't know what these directs are, but he will kill him. I remember he kills him, because I remember Ash and I we're watching Paul Dog here. Ugh, my lungs. What the fuck? You're almost 30? What the fuck? Okay, you're actually pretty good then. But I'm joking. You're not gonna mustard, dude. It's in your head, my guy. But I can't really say anything because I'm 22 and I still have a lot of Zoomer energy. So maybe I'll feel it when I'm your age. But bro, listen. I'm saying I feel like 30. You can make it feel like 20. I'm not even kidding, bro. Don't manifest that reality. Be like, no, I still feel like I'm 20 years old. As long as you eat healthy and work out and, you know, just do good things, take care of yourself. It's all about that self-love. You know what I mean? But regardless, that direct was decent. I think he definitely could have optimized that mid, but he lived, and that was still decent. However, Caps, I remember he held W across the point, and two-shot gun and Phantom. So Phantom is just dying like way too much, man. It's honestly unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. Maybe Caps wouldn't have held W if Paul Dog had bombed, because then he would have been like, oh, okay, and rather than holding W, I gotta protect my medic now. You know what I mean? That's actually a huge thing. That's what some players don't understand, actually. And that's why Blaze is so selfless as a roamer. He does not give a fuck. He does not give a fuck about his life sometimes. He will die to corral 4 players in shit positions. He'll do a bunch of damage, go like 10 and 40 or 10 and 30, but all those 10 kills are just the highest impact, first of all. And he gets 30, that's allowing us to get like 600 kills. Oh, Phantom got the second shot the day before this game. Oh, so the day before this game would have been the second day for him getting the second shot. It is the third day for me on the second shot. And honestly, that sleep that I had last night completely took away the fuckery that I was feeling yesterday. Yesterday was Finn. So if Phantom was playing this match on day 2 of vaccine, that's some savage shit. I would have rescheduled. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, some of those deaths then are a little bit more justified. Oh, Mustard misses dead. NT, will he survive? No. But oh my god, dude. Let's say he air shots that and moves out of the way. He gets that. I remember that. Oh man, oh man. He slips through lobby, jumps into 4, almost wins it. That is so sad. That is just sad, boys. But now Zam and Paul Dog, you know, Paul Dog dies going down at last. May now has a 30% advantage, but the advantage is dwindling. And I think they were trying to stack the point to deny numbers. Let's see what they do here with this Uber. Are they gonna pop through? I wonder. Nope, it looks like they're just gonna peek, get information, try to walk through for free. Yup. Okay, if I was Phantom and the rest of jug dealers, if you're even at 80%, 85%, like at least play here. Why are you giving up so much ground? You're letting them walk in for free. Mustard, you've also like allowed GCI to walk into choke plenty of times. If you want to go back, this VOD will be up, but I'm kind of just like giving back insights and I'm kind of just spectating on the mistakes of both teams. I'm not really going into too many individual demos and too many individual plays and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just like going through grand decision making and macro plays. So all of his traps are passive here. I guess it was because he was expecting an aggressive bomb, but hey, at least he's loaded. He's loaded and he's trying to do damage. Now his team just needs to help him here. They should have gotten all those kills. I don't know why they didn't pounce on that 30 HP soldier. So regardless though, oh my god. Okay, Rakuso. I think Rakuso. Oh, I remember this, bro. I fucking remember this. Oh, this was so sad. So, this was just pain. Like, they knew that Rakuso was on spy here. Rakuso was on spy here, and they knew. Mustard. I remember because I was watching Paul Dog's cam. Oh wait, no. Wait. Oh, wait. What? No, this is the one where he flanks and gets the guy through IT. Never mind. That was the wrong situation. Wrong situation. Never mind. They did not know that Rakuso was on spy in that situation. It was Catface on spy that they knew about, like on the other situation. So now Paul Dog goes in for the play. That was really bad. They need to understand that I mean, honestly, it's hard because you're like in the moment and you're like not like thinking about the stuff all the time necessarily. But I mean, I was, you know, like the more experienced you are, you know, like for example, Banny and I we will randomly just say in some anytime we're like pushing through I mean, honestly speaking, this is actually gonna help. Well, this will help your team when you're transitioning through a choke or through a point. Spot everyone. Do we see both soldiers? Do we see both scouts? Do we see the demo? Well, I mean, if you're gonna see the demo, you will know that the medic is there and the pocket scout will be there too. But do we see both scouts? This is more important. Do we see both scouts and do we see both soldiers? The moment you don't see either or of either the scout or demo, you are either getting backcapped, somebody's hiding in a corner, or off-classing. This theory, this theoretic, this idea, this concept, this just is game sense. It's a prediction. That's all it is. But that prediction, the fact that you even think about it, reduces the chances of your team getting flanked or backstabbed or headshot compared to like just getting backstabbed or headshot or just flanked. Why would you want, like, these are safety things. I'm gonna throw a sticky into the choke into the right side corner just in case there is a sticky trap there, just so that I can knock those traps off. Those sticky traps might not necessarily be there, but it's a prediction play to prevent somebody on my team from fucking blowing up to the enemy team's demo. Prediction plays and higher future predicting game sense things like that can really just, it's hard to do though. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is something you like build over time. Just playing the game a lot, understanding macro plays, understanding okay, we're transitioning through. They're gonna be desperate right now. They are gonna be desperate. Not only that, time advantage too. Okay, we have 3 rounds up, or we have only 1 round up, and there's 2 minutes left. These type of things will give you information. You know what I mean? It's all about extrapolating the data that you have and trying to predict what the enemy team is gonna do. That's how you gotta like just think and use your fucking brain. So they didn't really spot Rakuso, obviously. They spotted Catface, however, the second time this shit happened. But they did not spot Rakuso, and because of that, Rakuso, clean medic frag. Honestly, he saved his team there. Massive salvage by Rakuso. May will be walking this in with a massive Uberat. He's expecting a sniper, and he's not wrong. Zam is on sniper. He doesn't know though. I don't think he necessarily knows if there's a sniper. I don't know if they spotted it, but he's predicting it, and he's playing in a safe spot because it's like, why would I want to risk dying in the first place when I can just play it safe? They know I have a like very massive ad. It's just safer to do shit like that. But transitioning through a point, keep track of numbers, keep track and make sure you spot everybody. That's very important. Spotting and getting information, communicating. So important. So speaking of Cat seeing information, let's see. Caps gonna peek 4. He's getting information for his team. You can see it in the demo review. He's like, okay, I just looked through 4, nothing's on 4. That means everybody is gonna be left side of spawn. But he didn't actively spot what's on the left side. But you can assume when you have that much Uber advantage, there's gonna be an engineer and a hard hold classes, you know? This time Zam's on Pyro, an interesting approach. Okay. But too many people in spawn while that soldier is fighting. Will this defense work? Mustard Overlord chopping up the point. Too many people in spawn again. But they did get the counter pick. They did get a pick off. Okay, I guess their number. If they had played point there, they would have probably won GCI. But they didn't while they were on the point there. So now, you know, they kind of just traded the mans off and they got all these kills. However, Rakuso, killing Phantom every single time, even though they fuck up the last push, and May getting out. So once again, this is gonna turn into another Uber disadvantage hold on their last. But thank God Zam is freaking sniping this time. Okay, so they're gonna at least try to push out a second and try to get picks or peek and information. Zam actually could have murdered that medic if he had held this shot, but he wasn't expecting May to walk through like that. Nobody can die right now on oh my god, don't tell me. Oh yeah, I remember Mustard air shot the shit out of Rakuso. Okay. Rollout, I'm not gonna lie, rollout is a little bit scuffed to push out of as a demo when it's not advantage. Rollout is pretty scuffed, especially if they're close. Rollout is scuffed if they're close. Like if they're hella close, rollout is pretty scuffed to push out of. Mustard's done this every time, and I don't know. I just like going one or lobby, or I will literally just solo hold 1 and 2 and have literally everybody flood out through everywhere else. But Paul Dog goes in. Damn, there's a lot of trades going on right now. What is going on? This is like a heavy DM fight. Hayes bombing in. Ooh, Mustard getting caught though. So see, that was so, dude. I don't understand what's going on. The one time his combo was 1, and then he isolated himself 2, and then his combo went roll out, and then he isolated himself in 1. Man, that's just unfortunate. They need to just be on the same page, and be in the same doorway. That's really unfortunate. Sometimes it's like there are times when you want to isolate yourself on demo, but don't be afraid to get fucking 25 to 30% heals, because you're most likely just going to be hard dumping on other teams by being activated. So Sin tries to go in for the force. Cat face on Spy. Does this work? I think he gets picked, right? Am I ever going to do an eye tracking stream? Oh. I mean, maybe I should, because then it'll show you guys how I watch my traps. Zamblast goes down. I don't know where. Most likely rollouts. Or 1. Yep, 1. With the Zamblast pick, and with the fact that they have a spy, they're gonna just take lobby and start the pressure here. Catface is in position. Oh, but I remember this play by Paul Dog. Hold on. Timeout. We gotta go back. So Paul Dog did something that he honestly, him or Hayes should have done a while ago. Literally just walked through the door that just wasn't getting watched. You know? That ass. Yeah. That ass. I remember this. He walked through rollouts. From what I... No, it wasn't rollout. He walked into lower lobby. He walked from somewhere into lower lobby. I want to see from where. Okay, right here. He's gonna get an arrow or a buff. Yes. Rollout into lower lobby, I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah. Rollout into lower lobby. Just... and then he just kills Sen Karma too. That was Hail Mary. Illuminati. All 3 body. Blows like a 12 gauge shotty. Rokuso, however, he's gonna go in for... He's gonna try to get into Nest to make, you know... They're all gonna kind of just set out for this last minute Hail Mary play. You know, big desperation. Especially because they just lost their medic and demo. Catface knows that he's not gonna be able to go for a... backstab, right? So this is what I'm talking about. He got spotted in rollout by Mustard. Hold on. Mustard catches him. Yeah, he spots him in rollout. Mustard catches the spy in rollout. But now watch Paul Dog. Watch Paul Dog. Paul Dog is aware. And they're like, okay, yo, listen. We have 60% advantage. We have 60% advantage. And they have a spy. They're gonna walk through choke, which is the right decision. But they forget about the fucking spy. Now, hold on. Watch this, ready? Watch this in slow motion. Because Catface goes from rollout to upper IT, back into IT from mid. Watch this. This is a little bit on Paul Dog, I'm not gonna lie to you. So Paul Dog is like, you know, he's contesting disorders. This is good. And honestly speaking, it really shouldn't be on him to look back for the spy. Like, it should be on the pocket scout. Realistically speaking. Or maybe he can turn on after initiating. So he's gonna take damage here, right? He sees that his scouts are like on the... Like he jumped back, right? So he sees that 1 scout is up on the roof. Look at that. He sees that spy. So hold on. 1 scout here, 1 scout here, but hold on. How is it possible that a 3rd scout walks in through IT? This is that like boomer reaction time. He didn't he knows that there was a spy because Mustard calmed it. 100% Mustard calmed it. I was watching the streams. You can see both of your scouts up here. How is it possible for a 3rd scout to walk in there. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Wait, what? I thought it was a backstab. Whoa, why is that sun so orange? Wait, what the fuck is that sun? That sun is red. There must be some chemicals in the air. It only goes red at like, oh, I guess it's 7:38. That's a weird sun. So I can't believe, I literally just can't. Nobody that was watching this, like, or everybody that was watching this, sorry, was like, oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Like, that should have never worked. And then Hayes going for like another desperation play. So this is just insane. They kind of just go in for all-ins one at a time again, rather than double bombing through and doing like a they just sacked it one at a time. You never looked at the sun at 7:38. Actually, the only time you should look at the sun is in the evening or in the morning when it's red. Otherwise, you finna go blind. That's the only time you can look at the sun like directly. But I probably wouldn't recommend doing it still directly, because you probably could go blind. But I can look at the sun, at the red sun, at the blood red sun, without going blind for like 10 minutes. I deadass stared at the sun for 10 minutes, directly at the sun for 10 minutes, nothing happened. In fact, I deadass think it made my eyesight better, but don't quote me on that, and don't do it. I'm a human experiment. So now another desperation play. I would love to see Mustard just get a deep choke trap up, because he would just maybe get a free pick. I'm just saying. At the choke, but he keeps using these traps, which is decent. But I would have liked to see him trap like something else, mix up the traps. So another Uber ad coming out of, or big Uber coming out of GCI, and Sin going up in the nest. You know, they kind of just like lost. They like lost so many numbers before they even could have set up for their. They lost numbers before they even could have set up for last. So either like give up second completely and hard hold last, or just yeah, you know, I don't know. They're just getting caught in bad positions. Yeah. Oh, you caught Phantom at 97. Nice. So once again, their soldiers are just always so hurt. Hayes is never healthy on this mid. Hayes is actually like almost never healthy, and I've also only ever seen him go here and get fucked here every single time. He literally gets fucked here every single time. So I don't know how he's not noticing to like make something different happen. Maybe do a far left mid. Maybe just pogo across the cap and just land on somebody. But every time he does this, I'm noticing he's just getting fucked. Or if you're gonna go far right, go like maybe here and then just do another high bomb, like off the wall into the choke or behind, or just fucking land on someone. But do something before you get knocked down to 30 HP. Or do something so that you don't get knocked down to 30 HP in the first place. Because when you just sit there and just eat spam, you're not doing anything for your team, and you're just gonna take heals away while taking no positioning. Mustard is as extended as can be, so he's dead. That's a really bad death, but he's also taking forever to die, and he kills Sin. That's actually insanity that he even gets a Sin pick there. Make gets killed by Paul Dog, and now it's just Gun versus Cap. Get Cap. Wow, doesn't react to the scout there. He could have actually won that, but NT by Gun. Cap is too solid, hitting a fat 80 damage shot with 10 HP. That's actually insane that Cap even won that. Yeah, I know. I saw you pull out your melee and then Sin just blasts himself. So I think this is gonna be all she wrote, honestly. Like, there's pretty much 3 minutes left in this. Hey, that's a good trap. Honestly, the floor traps are decent, but I like to use floor traps just to like delay them a little bit if I know that they're actively hard peeking. Otherwise, I'll trap this bitch or that bitch or maybe like somewhere else in the choke. But now they know that the soldiers will try to sack in. I wouldn't even be letting them do this shit, to be honest. I wouldn't be letting them peek. I think you ravaged Hayes every mid, to be honest. Hayes got blasted by you every single time. Oh yeah, this was crit streak, right? So he gets a good crit streak pick, and he gets the demo pick. I would have liked to see your medic keep that beam on you and maybe Oh, I guess he flashed gun and you guys got 3 picks. So let's see where this goes wrong. So Mustard, what he should be doing right now is immediately hard trapping the chokes. Okay, that's decent, but make it harder for them to clear it. Don't you keep trapping the ramp. That's decent, but that's like some like that's only really good if your soldiers are helping you pressure, which they're not. So I don't trust my soldiers in this, and even my soldiers sometimes, because sometimes they're going for a flank play, or sometimes they're trying to draw a sewer, or maybe they're not in position, maybe they're not healthy to help me. I'm just gonna set my traps up in a position where they literally have to peek forward to clear it, and if they peek forward enough, they will just die straight up, like straight up. So don't waste your ammo too much on the floor traps all the time. I would like to trap the walls more. I would like to see you trap the walls more. It'll be it just doesn't get cleared. Or like put one sticky here and then trap the walls, because then the sticky on the floor here will buy you time to set this up. Oh man. So, and honestly it's crazy that like they were down 3 numbers and they were sitting right there in the choke. So you probably could have they probably could have used their soldiers to like force off GCI right there, because they were like literally just sitting there in the choke. I don't know why Jugs kind of played that so fear, but I guess they did that because they didn't want to get pounced on with the Uber, maybe. I think that's what they were fearing. So they're gonna get calls in IT. He's trapping the crate. That crate trap is decent, but I think you can get a choke trap as well. You get the choke trap. Let's say you get a kill choke, then you back up, and as you're backing up, then you set that crate trap, and then it's just amazing the way it works. But he kind of just gave up choke completely. Sewer is decent too, but you know that depends on the comms and stuff. It's probably better to trap off choke. But now you know you guys kind of just gave it up after losing that guy.
The control point is being contested.
No positioning, but you guys are gonna give up the position to re-crits onto them, which is really hard. I would just get kills rather than going for the medic there. So that was decent damage. Now they're down to I-bomb here. Yep, bomb. Oh, that sucks. What? No way. Wow, so they're actually just losing numbers hard. And I think the reason why that happened is because I don't think they had high ground as much. But now Hayes and Gun do trade off, and they're gonna retrade off the high ground. Gun, no! You were too hurt to go for that medic there, in my opinion. And Paul Dog also probably needed to land up here to kill that scout. I remember Ash and I were talking about that because we were watching this game together. I think Zilly was there too. That was just really scuffed, and I think this is what's gonna cost them, because they are holding close choke, but I think they get back capped because, you know, GCI know that, okay, they're down 2 numbers here. We should be able to flood the choke as well. And another thing is they're on crit streak still too, so they get completely actually hard shut down sewer. Yeah, crit streak through sewer is a big wild card, honestly speaking, because it's a 2x2 doorway. You're gonna get actually just blasted. You're actually just gonna get murked in that doorway. So it's probably better to like just go choke again, or even walk through, or maybe you could go IT. IT is a bit wider, even though it's kind of small still, but you do have the huge sightlines. And then Hayes dies, I don't know where. Oh, Hayes dies to Cafes peeking IT for sure. And now Cafes is doing a good job with Rokuso of getting to the IT and distracting so that Caps could get a big pick as well. So that was huge. It's all about that peel. So now it just doesn't matter. This is pretty much game.
Is being captured.
They pretty much wipe. Phantom goes down, and that's just GG, really. Big pipe from Sen Karma. That was like just a lot of compounding mistakes, really. A lot of compounding mistakes from the side of Jug. But honestly speaking, GCI made a lot of mistakes too. Like GCI made quite a bit of mistakes. They got overzealous. That's the biggest mistakes that they won. Cafes talking shit to arguably the worst team. Oh well. Yeah, that's GG's, and now this is just that post round. But yeah, guys, hope you guys liked that super in-depth review. And I think we're gonna call it here, and we'll be back for scrim time. We'll be streaming some scrims, assuming Bounty is. What happened to the Paul Dog back cap? I went to it and I showed it. But yeah, guys, that was a hectic match. I'm not gonna lie, 5-3. It was pretty close for both teams. Like both teams kind of just all the rounds that they like, not all the rounds except for like the last 2 or 3, they got like mid to lasted, you know. Like Jug, mid to lasted them for 1 round, and then GCI answered back with another mid to last. Jug definitely had the worst mid fights though. They need to talk about how they want to play mids, for sure. Paul Dog and Hayes need to like figure something out, and it does have to do with playing the right positioning and then, you know, sometimes curving off type shit. You know what I mean? Paddy actually does something amazing, and not a lot of soldiers actually calm like this. Only a select few do. Like he says that if you're not gonna commit, I'm gonna fade off, which protects him. But then he's like, Habib, if you hold W and commit, then I'm just gonna land on them. Which, that level of communication and coordination is what sets up all of your plays, and like it propels your team to do great things and just vibe out. You know what I mean? Mans can really just notice the big difference in how your team plays end up going. So yeah, I hope you guys liked that demo review. I'm not gonna lie, I am getting a bit tired now, so I'm gonna call it here, guys. Rest up and freshen up for scrim time, and yeah, we'll be back in approximately 2 hours. Do demo review streams more. This was sick. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it does take out a lot of energy out of me though, because I don't like to half-ass demo reviews, you know. Because if I wanted to half-ass a demo review, I could just recast another demo, like a mask that's already been casted. That's like the most easiest form, at least for me, because I'm a high invite player. I know pretty much almost everything that's going on at all times, so that actually allows me to cast really well. But I consider a cast like an extremely low, like not even a demo review. It's like it's just me just watching two teams play and just commentating, like a shout cast, you know. I need to have a lot of energy to do, well, not a lot, but I need to have good energy to like do like a individual demo review, or like a team demo review, or like a team, or like or even like an analysis demo review like this, where I'm kind of just watching the fuck ups of both teams in general and just like the main calls and stuff. So yeah, I do wonder how Rakuso was getting that kill onto Phantom every single time from flanking Nest. Do I only do demo reviews on the weekends or whenever? Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, like everything that I do is off the dome, and nothing's ever like a schedule, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's more of a bad thing though, because I should be able to schedule everything and make it like consistent, you know what I mean? But sometimes there aren't consistently good games. Some games are just rolls and other games are just boring, you know? Like, do you really want to watch my team 5-0 somebody? Fuck that, in like 10 minutes. That's kind of boring if you ask me. I don't think nobody wants to watch a demo review of that. I don't even watch those demos. Like, what am I gonna learn from that? We just 5-0 these mans in 20 minutes. Fuck am I gonna learn? You know what I mean? But when it comes to close games like this that are back and forth, this is where the true test comes out between who can hold their composure and who will succumb to the pressure. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, see y'all in 2 hours, and yeah, thanks for watching. Who do we host though? That's the question. Damn, all these jumpers. Alright. Host trip? Okay. Bet. Yeah, she's jumping. Alright, guys. Peace out.